Welcome to Monday Movie Madness. We are talking about Bad Boys 4. Bad Boys, what you gonna do? Ain't nobody as fine as you. I know y'all see Latino J. Cole. Stay tuned.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
All right, welcome to another episode of Claire Haire. So we are talking about Bad Boys. So how I break down my movies is the first 5 minutes is the summary. The second set of 5 minutes basically is me doing my overall review. And the last 5 minutes is what is the future of the series. So before I get into the summary, I would like to let you guys know we have finally hit 25%. ClaireHaireClips. Thank you so much. I just started that channel. I did not tell a lot of people about it, so you guys are really feeling the girl. So let's go into Bad Boys 4. First of all, I feel like the melanin is melanating. The black's not cracking. Okay, so let's go into the summary. So the summary starts at a random wedding, chap. They need to start doing on the last episode of Dragon Ball Z. They need to start doing that now. They need to start doing it on the last episode of Bad Boys. I was like, who are these people? And then so they exposit that basically Mark Lowry got married to a therapist who has a beautiful British accent, and she's a model, of course. And basically that's part where he gets married, so he had a lot of growing up to do. So his ex, who had a Bob, so we calling you Bob, like her Bob was an unpaid actor, basically his ex, like she's a cop as well. And so basically they fast forward past the wedding that we had no clue about, and basically they go to where like the cartel was working with a double agent within the government, so assassinated. And so basically, the daughter, basically she's a U.S. Marshal and the granddaughter of their former captain. They try to frame him, and she's mad about it because Latino J. Cole basically did it, but he didn't know it because he was under the spell of his mother, like La Brujeria. So basically, he's framed. So Martin becomes a prophet because Martin has a stroke at the wedding, which to me looked like he popped Molly, but so he had a stroke, so he becomes like a prophet. He's like, you will have a difficult decision to make. So he's just like, it's just his whole shtick through the whole thing that he's a prophet, and he tries to test himself funnily throughout the movie to see like, it's not my time yet. Okay, so basically after they try to take Armando, that's his son, Latino J. Cole, Armando, basically take him out of prison, and they are transporting him because he can identify the person who's really double crossing. So double cross, get double crossed. And so now they're on the run now. Okay, Beyonce. And so now he's a fugitive, and they're fugitives together. And so basically Armando doesn't want to open up to Will, and it's Will Smith. Okay, doesn't want to open up to Will Smith, and he's just really confused, and there's a lot of tension between the two, which, like I said, the casting was on point because he looked like he could be kin of Will Smith in real life. So basically they're on the run, and then they're on the run, but they end up taking their mutual wives kidnapped, and then we have a brief join the Marines commercial. I mean, the husband protects them because he's a Marine, and he goes through, and so basically Martin's family's okay, but the wife of Will Smith, who we just met her today, she gets kidnapped by the bad guy. Bad guy does bad guy things, and then and then they meet up, and then they end up taking the bad guy out. So basically everybody's happy now. There is a moment there where the U.S. Marshal, basically the daughter of the police captain that got assassinated by Armando, there's a time where she could take her vengeance out, but her daughter's just like, Mom, he protected me, don't, no. There's a albino alligator named the Duke. I have christened him the Duke of Hastings, the Duke of Alligator Alley. That is what his name is. So basically they have that fence off the alligator, D-Life's the bad guy, Disney style. D-Life's them, or Temple Run, D-Life's them Disney style. So that's pretty much what happens there. And then towards the end, throughout the movie as well, Will Smith has panic attacks, and basically it's his guilt that he couldn't do anything to save his ex-partner. So towards the end, he finally reconciles, which was a nice little touch where he reconciles, and it's just like, oh my God, the late police captain is like, hey, it wasn't your fault. So that's sanctified. Vanessa Hudgens and hot Canadian dudes in the movie, they play the IT. So basically they found out that they're dating, and then we knew that. And then what else in the movie? That's pretty much the summary and shorthand of the movie. So we're gonna go into my review. I give it a 4 out of 5. Now stay with me now. You know this got to be one of the highest ones I ever given. Like I usually don't give out 4 out of 5. So 4 out of 5 to me is basically almost perfection. 5 out of 5 would be Occupant. 5 out of 5 would be Fruitvale Station. Okay, those are movies that those are 5 out of 5. Okay, so basically I give this a 4 out of 5. There is random celebrity appearances in here. I wrote them down. The one dude that does like this, he's quiet. That dude, I don't know his name. And then DJ Khaled and another one, Tiffany Haddish, and then Joyner Lucas. I don't really know much about his music, but apparently he's been here since 2015. I must be living under a rock, but he's in the movie, so he makes an appearance, which, like I said, I do like the fact that with these movies that they'll show like a celebrity appearance, because like it's nice to have like that effect to it, but I wish they would have brought out like smaller actors to give them a chance, because, you know, like I said, I do feel like after the writer's strike, I feel like actors have been struggling to find roles, because now these writers are just like, well, we don't want them to go on strike again, so we're going to use people who we know can bring in money. We're not going to take our chances on a new person. So I definitely noticed that push and pull in the acting world. I have on here the action scenes are on point. It was only $100 million budget. Yay! Okay, like that's low. I saw that Martin Lawrence executive produced the movie. I am concerned on why Will Smith didn't produce it. Maybe I missed his credit in there, but it makes sense that he produced it himself, so, you know, he can get a bigger cut. I have on here panic attacks are the body saying it's not okay and it can't tell the brain itself. So, you know, I have a psychology degree, and definitely the touch on panic attacks, because the thing about panic attacks is that from what I've studied is that the stronger and stubborn the person is, the stronger the panic attack. So it's much harder to make them realize what's going on, because like there's a sense of pride. You don't want to seem weak. So I like the fact that they had somebody as cocky as Mike Lowry basically have the panic attack. I have on here too, there was some big laughs, like literally in the theater, everybody started busting out laughing, because there's one scene in there, spoiler alert, there's one scene in there where Martin Lawrence is like, I can sense it's not my time now. Be gone, gator! And so like the albino gator went underwater, which, fun fact, as a Floridian, I know this, when alligators go underwater, they're going to attack you. They're faster in the water. They're not going to attack you above it, okay? So he went underwater and bit his arm. I was like, alligator's going to do what an alligator's going to do. Do you know what it feels like to eat someone's arm? The Duke of Alligator Alley. I feel like this added to the Bad Boys lore. I really feel like it was a good addition. Like, I didn't feel like it was like, okay, y'all, we get it. You know, it was a nice addition to the lore. I really feel like I really had fun. And that's what I have on here. I literally put on here, they have fun. Like, it's so rare for you to watch a movie where they're actually having fun. Like, so many times these movies maybe been doing the most. Like, they're so stressed. I was like, why are you not laughing? Like, it's a movie. Like, you're filming, you're reading off of a piece of paper and you're acting it out. Like, I don't know how, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know what else you wanted. Like, I'm coming from? Like, it don't make no sense. Like, you're reading off a piece of paper. Like, I don't know why it's such a big deal. Like, you're literally, like, you're acting. Like, why not have a good time? I can tell they had fun doing the movie. I could tell it was a good time to film. I also have on here a lot of eye candy. Respect. Because we watched it for the plot. Everybody's looking good. Mike Lowry is looking good. Like, you gotta understand, these movies came out 30 years ago. So for them to still look good 30 years later, like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to have that level of swag. 30 years later, I'm still looking good. I have on here too, it was just a good runtime. I didn't feel like I got bored. I didn't feel like it was like, okay, you guys are just trying to make the word count. You're trying to make the word count on the essay. Like, you understand, you ever see a movie where you're just like, okay, you know. The only points I would take off, because I really like them, the only points I would take off is that I really wish there was more like a Bad Boys challenge. Like, I wish they would have involved social media a little bit more, because I feel like it's gonna do amazing, because Will Smith is the billionaire box office person, but I wish they would have done like a little challenge, like maybe a Bad Boys challenge or alligator challenge. Just playing, don't do that. They will delight you. Okay, as a Floridian, don't play with them. But I wish they would have did like some type of social media, some type of, you know, like involve everybody, maybe like have a shades, or like, I don't know, like there was an AI like an AI version of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence that went viral, I think yesterday when I watched the movie. I thought that was kind of weird, but that's another topic for another day. You let me know if you want to talk about AI. So next is basically the legacy of the series. I feel like this is a good stopping point. Like, this is kind of like what people keep asking for Rihanna to make music. I feel like R8 was like a let it rest, let it rest. It's done. Like, I feel like this was a good, like, the end of the movie, Armando is basically on the run. He said head south, which I thought was really corny. Whenever you're watching the movie, head south, I was like, this is the south. This was filmed in Miami and the Keys. What are you talking about? How south do you want to go? Cuba? How south do you want to go? But I do feel like it was a good addition. Also, I did not know that the main character, Armando, is actually British. So they got us with that one. Okay, they got us with that one. But I just feel like this was a good stopping point. Like, I don't want it to be where the next generation of bad boys, like, no. Like, sometimes a series is based off on the people who made the show. Like, for example, people were trying to do a remake for Girlfriends. They're like, oh, we should cast Keke Palmer and all these and Zendaya and all these people. I was like, first of all, Zendaya's too big for a TV show right now. She's huge, okay? That's number one. So is Keke Palmer. But number two, I feel like sometimes we didn't really care about the show. The characters, the actors themselves made us want to watch the show. Like, could you really imagine watching My Wife and Kids with Shawn Wayans? Just even, like, not trying to pit brother against brother, but, like, just imagine, like, could you imagine a show with him? Or vice versa? Could you imagine Girlfriends with somebody else not being Tracy Ellis Ross? Like, Tracy Ellis Ross made that role. Like Tony Child's role was made, like, like Jill Marie Jones, like, she made that role. Like, I feel like they really made the role around her and they just kind of built it from there. So, like, sometimes you really can't recreate it because the actor made the movie. So I feel like with Bad Boys, like, I feel like what they're trying to set up is for, like, the next generation or whatever, because I forgot Miss Vanessa Hudgens was Mrs., because she's married, period. I forgot Mrs. Vanessa Hudgens was in the movie because I was like, why are they expositing in the corner? Like, basically explaining why they're married. I was like, oh, you're in the movie? And I look on the thing. I was like, oh, they were in the last movie. I was like, that's right. I didn't even know. I was like, okay, so they were in the last movie. I was kind of confused by that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I really feel like it was a good, I feel like it was a good stopping point. Like, the end. Fin, and I even stayed to see if there was a post-ending credit, and there was, and I was like, it should be done. Like, I don't know what else they're supposed to do. I feel like everybody looked good for the role. Everybody was healthy. They brought a lot of people back. Miss Tasha Smith, I believe. And so I have on here too, I feel like they're trying, the only lore that I think I would be interested in, maybe like a mini series, is seeing if Mike has a kid, like Mike Lowry has a kid, like see where that comes from. I mean, Armando is his child, but I'm missing, like, actually seeing him, like, be in that father role. But that's the only type of lore I'd actually be interested in, but I wouldn't take it to the theaters. It'd be like a special, or we do on Amazon Prime. Like, I wouldn't bring it to the theater. I also have on this the fact that we need to stop remaking stuff. Because I remember that at one point in the movie, Martin Lawrence was like, I don't know if it was an Easter egg or not, but Martin Lawrence said, oh, this is kind of like something out of Jurassic Park. I was like, I know we're making another Jurassic Park movie. I know. But I think I got frustrated because, like, the 90s movie needs to stop being recreated. Like, you've done Ghost the Bustard. You've done Ghost the Buster. You've done Craft, like The Craft. Like, they even made the remake of, what's it called? The Crow. Like, they're making a remake of The Crow. I was just like, all I'm seeing is that y'all can't create nothing new, so y'all going backwards. And my thing is, like, there's a difference between you guys are finding inspiration, like, you're finding inspiration from a movie and then you make your own. But, like, I'm talking about, hey, can I copy off of your paper, but just change the words around? You're not changing the words around. It's literally copy and paste, And I also feel like there is this pressure to make the next big movie. So a lot of these film productions, like, they're trying to, like, go through streaming. They're trying to go through Hulu and Amazon Prime to try to like soft launch their videos because they're scared. Like people aren't going to the movie theaters anymore. Like I was talking with some friends and I was like, hey, are you guys going to see Bad Boys? And they're like, oh, I haven't seen a movie in months. I haven't seen a movie since the vid. And I was like, dang, like people really aren't going to the movie theater. So they want to bank on somebody who's actually going to bring money in. So I get where that aspect's coming from, but it is getting tiresome because as the people who have lived through the originals, to me, I'm just like, okay, we're just watching it in 4K now. Perfect. Like now we're watching, like now we're watching it in 4K. This is amazing. Like it's not to me. I just feel like I really want there to be new ideas, you know, like new ideas, better pacing, and then like bring in new actors. Like I would love to see a new face. Like I can go to the box office right now and be like, I know everybody. I mean, not personally, but like I can go to the box office right now and be like, I know everybody. Like I really want there to be like something new. I feel like this is a good one. I don't see Bad Boys 5. Like please don't Fast and Furious this. That's what we're calling it out, Suburb. Like there's nothing more to talk about. Fiend. Okay? Nada más. It's over. All right? So don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here.